Hey, what's up, y'all? Before we get into the video, I just wanted to share a little backstory about how this all came about. So my boy's sister had a 94 Integra RS, which was a manual. The car got stolen a bunch of times, and then the last straw for her was when the last person who stole it, they ended up sanding down the whole car. Since I think they were gonna try to repaint it or whatever, but she ended up getting the car back after the cops found it, and then she was like, okay, that's it. And then she told my boy that, she wants to get rid of it, and then he ended up hitting me up, and then it was a really good deal. And then my whole thoughts were I can either buy it to try to restore it, or just use the whole engine and drivetrain for another build, and also some of the other components. And I acquired it. So I just ended up driving the Integra for I think about 4 or 5 months. Still, just undecided on what to do with it. Yeah, so with this coupe, the story's pretty interesting. I think some of you may know, but with these chassis, they're not as popular as the EG. So there's not many really clean builds out there, I would say. So I follow a bunch of like coupe owners that they motivate me, and one of them is Eric. So he is, I would say, the original owner, since he put in all the work to get the car to how it was. It was super clean. Here's a photo of it. So long story short, he ended up swapping the motor to an LSV Tech, getting it tuned. And then the last track event that he went to, he ended up blowing the motor. And from there, he ended up taking out the car. So my guess is he was probably going to restore it. And life happens. So he ended up selling the car. And then somehow he got to California. And then someone else I follow on IG, his name is Nate. He ended up acquiring the car. And one day, Eric had posted a post on IG saying, save this car. And then it was funny, was the same day Nate ended up posting the same thing after seeing Eric's post. So, that I followed them, so I was able to see all that happen. And then I'm like, you know what, that car is still really clean. So I ended up DMing Nate, and then we scheduled a time to go see the car. We ended up doing a coin toss, and I ended up winning. So I actually got the car for a lot less than what he was asking for. So that was pretty sick. So that's how I got the car. Yeah, and then I ended up, putting all the work into it. And enough from me talking. Now let's get to the video. Look at this mess. Time to sand it all down. Lay some primer. Then some base coat. Then clear. Yeah, the previous owner did do a little bit of shaving. But damn, it's gonna be a lot of work.
washer is all stripped down. Gonna start with the chassis harness, and then I'll do the HVAC stuff. A lot of work to do. Bunch of stuff over here. Engine bay is done. Just painted it black. This is flint black. It's OEM color. All that gunk. Time to clean it. Gonna use some purple power, some engine degreaser, and my power washer. This thing is disgusting. All right, the engine is ready to go in. Got the radiator mounted. Super sketchy, but I've done it a ton of times. Check for clearance. Engine is in. Everything's loosely in place. I'm gonna do the rear mount first and then tackle the sides. Today's the day. Time to get this thing fired up. Got everything hooked up. All the plumbing, electrical, all the grounds. Got tranny fluid in there. Just put in coolant, filled up the gas. I think she should fire up. It's alive.